Welcome, Raúl here. Today this is a tutorial about grease pencil, so the fundamentals of grease pencil to make 2D animation. Then we will start with the user interface. This user interface, we have here the same item we find in any applications. And then we have the workspaces when we can change from 2D animation to the full canvas. We can see the canvas without the panels and anything else. That what we are going to be working right here into the animation. Then this is like in 3D. You know, Blender is a 3D software. Then like 3D software, in the 3D we can find more workspaces. But here in grease pencil we have only these ones. Then let's see, continue here. Then we have here a scene. This we are going to talk about this right now. What you have to know is that we can have so many scenes in one file. In one file, Blender file, we can have many scenes. Our view layers. This is for render. When we render, we can organize all the things in the render, but for the moment we are going to work in this place. Then we have right here in this window, this is a window, this is a 3D we see here 3D viewport. This 3D viewport, because we are in a 3D space, we can see here with the grid, the floor right here, and the camera. We can see we are in 3D space, but like we are working in the camera, we see only like 2D space. Right here we have C or Z right here, and we got X in this part, and Y is the deep right here. Then let us start. Right here we have the draw mode. This is the mode we're going to be working most of the time, because we're going to be here drawing. Then we can choose between other modes. Normally in 3D we are working in 3D. We have object mode that we can change the more general characteristics of an object. And edit mode, we can edit every single part inside the object. And sculpt mode is like we are sculpting, and here in the grease pencil is a very useful tool, the sculpt mode. Then we have the draw mode, is the mode we are going to be working most of the time. Then let us start with this part. Well, then we have the gizmos. The gizmos, or we can move our scene, but for 2D I think we are not going to work so much with this in this scenario. Then we have the zoom. We can use here. I'm using a pen and a graphic tablet. Then we can use these gizmos with the pencil. Then we can zoom right here, zoom out, zoom in. We can move right or left with the hand, and the camera we can change our view. using the view of the camera that is in front of our canvas. Well, really, this is not a canvas, but it seems like we are working in a 2D space. But really, this is the world that have a color. And this is white, but really it's like this. It's the illumination, it's the light of the world. Then we let's put it white again and go to the camera. Then in this mode, draw mode, we can start doing things. Well, I can make a line. Well, I draw what I got here. We got the brushes. Then we got a brush. This is a pencil or pencils. This is a pencil that is so light. Then we need something darker like this. That is a thing in pen. We can choose between all the ones that are here, and we can download and install other ones. But for now, we're going to work with those. Then I like this one in pen because it's solid. It's a solid stroke, and we can see it clearly. Then we have the materials. The material we're going to be using. We can see that right here. Well, let's finish with this part. We are in the 3D viewport. And this 3D viewport. Then we have the tools we're working. If we change the mode, we have tools, different tools. Edit mode has there's tools. Each mode has its tool. Then the school mode has tools. Then draw mode has tools. Then we can, with the T in the keyboard, we can hide or show pressing T. Or if we are here with a pointer, when we get closer, we see the arrow. We can move it. Or on here, right and left, to show or hide. Then we got some other tools like this one for drawing. You don't need to know how to draw perfectly. You don't need to have a tablet or a pen. You can draw with the mouse with these tools, like the line and zigzag. You can draw easily with those tools. Then we got arc, and this one is so good. With this one we can draw, and we can have an image in the background, and we can extrude the E letter in the keyboard. We can continue extruding right here, drawing, continue drawing. We can do maybe over draw in the background. We can make a shape then with this tool. Then we don't have any. We can say we can draw, then we can do animation. We can do animation really if you don't know how to draw perfectly with this tool. Then I don't know how to draw. You take this tool and you make your shapes, different shapes, and easily. We don't need to draw, to have a pen, to have so many skills drawing. Then we have this tool. Then we have here another panel. This is a window. Then we have another window here, and it's a panel. We use like this is called the outliner. The outliner is organize all the things in our scene. It's organized by collection. Collection is like a folder in our browser or in our system browser, operating system browser, like folders with files inside. Then we have here a collection, and inside the collection is the stroke. The stroke is the object. It's a 3D object, really. I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to open another general file for you to see. Then we have the 3D scene. This is the default in Blender, 3D Blender. Then we have object. We can select object right here. The one I select, the one is highlighted here. Then the camera, and any of them, all of them have own properties. When we select, we see their properties here in green. The light, it has its own properties. And then the stroke is a 3D object too. If we add here grease pencil, we see we got grease pencil object. Yeah, well, it's an object, grease pencil object, and we got blind, stroke, and monkey. And the stroke is a line. Let me move it right here. Is a stroke, a draw we make right here, and it is an object like any other any other 3D object right here. It's really a 3D object, but we see in our scene in 2D canvas, we are going to see only C and X length return. We're going to return, open again a 2D animation. This is the option we have to select when we open Blender to get this window. I'm going to change again the pen to ink. Then we have the outliner. The outliner we are selecting, we have here by default in the 2D scene, we have a stroke, an object here, and we got a camera. Now we see the camera right here. We can see it right here is the camera, and we can hide the camera, and we can hide the stroke. But we don't have any draw right here. Then we can hide to the collection. Then we have so many other objects in the collection. We can hide the collection. Then we can, when we hide the collection, all the objects inside, like the folder inside the collection, they're gonna be hidden. Then continue right here. Then we have this tool to draw. Then we have this panel. This is properties. This properties panel. We have here the specific tools for to change the stroke. This is the stroke right here. We are in draw mode. When we are in draw mode, we can change from one object and another. It keeps in this like locked right here. But if we change to object, in the object we can move from one object or another object. Then you can see now the properties of the camera. We are going to be selecting the stroke, and then we have right here we got these properties. This is this curve show the specific information about the grease pencil object, that is a stroke. Then we have here, we have layers, 2 layers. We can hide or we can erase them. We can see them here in properties panel, and here it's the same thing. If I select right here, we are going to select here in green. You can see what of the two are selected. Then if I select it, it's the same thing. You can select it here or here, and it's the same. We have here these layers. They are the works in the same. They work in the same. In the same way in Photoshop or game, we can use it. The one go to the draw mode. If I draw right here a line, and I can make, for example, in fields, if I select field, if I select here, I'm drawing in this layer, and if I select here, I'm drawing in another layer. I'm going to select a solid stroke. I'm going to change the color right here, color, and then I'm going to draw right here. Then these layers, the one above is the one we can see is above the other. It's like right here below, yeah, above and below. Then if I change this order, you can see that the layer who is above is going to be right here. We can see it, and the one who is behind, we are not going to see some part that is behind the fields. Then we have material. This is one. This one I use. We have by default for material. We can erase them. We don't need them. Maybe we need a solid stroke and a fill, and we can change and add another material. I could add another material. Material is important to see. We can create material like a stroke, like this. We can a color green. Then, alright. Then, if selected only a stroke, is drawing only the line. If I take only the fill, then I can assign another color here. Then it's the same material, and if I enable the two ones, it's got the line and the fill. And if I draw, and drawing right here is drawing the line and the fill. But sometimes we would like to use that, but most of the time we use or stroke or fill. We can when we create our materials, we can create our own materials with own characteristics. Then now we can change this right here or right here. Materials, we can select materials here, one material, another material, and we can change it. The important thing here are the layers, where I'm drawing, in which layer. That's an important thing. We have to take care about this, because if we have selected one stroke, one layer, then whatever we draw is going to be in this layer. We can take this window right here. When we see the cross, we can move it down. Then we can choose here, for example, the layers, and here we can choose the materials. And then for us, to be easier, not to be changing from one to another, and we can see both at the same time right here to work. It's a very it's easier, it's the easiest way to work with the two panels, not changing from one to another. Then we have right now, well, covered this. We have the pencils, the brushes. We can, in the edit mode, we can change things in edit mode. But we are going to see that later. Right now, we are going to talk about the timeline right here. It's really a panel called Dope Sheet, and it's original or from 2D animation, traditional 2D animation, and it's called 2X sheet or exposure sheet, where it's used to when we do post-to-post animation. This is using keyframes. I'm going to open another one to explain you the animation part. Then we here have the frames. In our configuration we got 24 frames per second. This is a default configuration. This we have the ratio, aspect ratio. Then we have here keyframe. Keyframes are the main poses we are going to use for the animation, and then we have this in 2D is this button that is blue is enabled for default. In 3D animation is no default, but here in 2D is default. This is auto keying. Auto keying means we are going to be keying or making keyframes, making frames. When we make keyframes, those keyframes are going to be recording the keyframe. Any change we do in any time here in the timeline is going to be auto key. Auto key. An example. Let's start with bouncing ball. It's a traditional. It's like in programming we use the hello world. Here in animation we use the bouncing ball. Then it depends on the pencil you got selected. Then I'm going to make a ball. And then this is in the first frame one, and with the auto keying activated, then I have a key right here. Then if I change to another frame 9 for example, I'm going to delete this layer. We don't need this layer because we need only one. We're going to be drawing in one layer, and it's easier for you to understand the keyframe right here. Then we are now in frame 9, and now I'm going to make another pose. It's a keyframe. Maybe right here. I'm going to draw the ball like this with G in the keyboard. G, it's a shortcut. We can move before accepting with the enter key. This one. Then you see automatically he came and put here a new keyframe. Because of that, the auto key. Then we are going to be in another layer, in another frame, 16, and then I draw here This is one of the principles of animation: squash and stretch and squat, and then enter, and then you see now there is another keyframe right here. Then we have 3 keyframes. If you are here, you can see what is that. This is it's a onion skin. It's the onion skin. You can see onion skin. You can enable and disable, hide the onion skin, or show the onion skin. The onion skin, where in traditional 2D animation, where piece of paper that are almost transparent, and then we can see through the paper. Then the person who was drawing could see the draw that was back, yeah, and you can move forward and back to see the paper. And this is traditional. This is something that comes from traditional animation. Then we can see where the keyframe before, the keyframe who is that is before, and the keyframe who is after this. And here we can see the one who is before, and here we can see the one who is after. Then we don't have any keyframe before, or here we don't have any keyframe after. Then we can continue making this animation, and then we can, this is at the poses, and when we use keyframe or poses, we first do the poses, and then we the in-betweens, or is called twinning, this process. Then we draw in-betweens right here. I could see here. Then I'm going to make it bouncing. Then I'm going to draw the next one, maybe a little smaller. Moving it a little right here. No, let's move it. Enter. Then we have this coming from here, touch the floor, then squash, here stress and stretch and squash, and then bounce. We can see we can do this in 2 ways. Well, we can see, look at here in this keyframe, and the first we have this keyframe, and we can duplicate this one. One way to do it is with the mouse, right bottom of the mouse, we can take it here, duplicate, it's Shift D. I'm going to be using Shift D. Or another way, so Shift D, we press Shift D, and then we duplicate and move it. This is a diamond, little diamond, we can move it right here. Right here. Then we have this one, and then this one. It's repeated, it's duplicated. The first one we do, now I see it. And we can change that, and then we are going to use another mode, is edit mode. I could come here, edit mode, and then we can change internally this draw. Once I have accepted the draw, then in edit mode I can change the location of this object. I can move it here with these gizmos. Different. This is a scene gizmo. This is an object gizmo. We can change properties of the object we are selecting. In this case, strokes. We are selecting a point. We could select only points right here and move only one point. then like is losing force, then it's coming here, bouncing, coming up again. Then we can then fill the in-betweens. We can come here and we have the onion skin activated. Then we can see what is the in-between. In between I could go draw mold, and I draw a little more this round, but is getting this shape. It's becoming a little straight from round and coming here, and then we can add another in between right here, maybe moment before touching the then this is the way we animate here. Then using keyframes and auto keying and drawing in any frame we want another frame. This is the principle fundamental of animation. Then we can add this one, we can repeat any of them again. If I want this, I select it, Shift there, that's a duplicate, and I can take it here, take it here, there. Here we define, this is like a player, like we play music or we play videos, forward, backward, each keyframe, or to the end. We can go to the end or to the beginning. We can change the size of the movie. Right here we can take it 40, maybe 30, and we can move it, maybe 35, and we can play the animation. Then we have this animation ready. Then we have our first animation. You see, it's so easy. We don't need to know how to draw. We don't need special skills. We can do animation in Blender. Then this is the first things I wanted to share with you in this tutorial, is the fundamentals of grease pencil. But before finishing, I'm going to open another file. It's a file I have prepared to show you more about the animation and about the layers. What is powerful of the layers. If I got a stroke and I come here to draw more stroke. So you know it's an object, you have to be selected, and we have some layers. Then this layer we can hide layer. We got, here's the mouth. It's in Spanish because this tutorial I make one in Spanish and one in English. We got the mouth right here. Then we have the face. The lines surrounding the face. Then we have the eyebrow, we got the eyes, we got all the fields right here. Then we can a good thing of working with layer, and it's useful for animation. If we can protect these layers. I'm going to protect this, and this. I'm going to get this unlocked only the eyes. Then I can come here in edit mode. If I come here and move to another keyframe, and I select one eye, and with shift, pressing shift, we can select another eye, and then we can here we can we are going to make a transformation of this transform. We can transform the scale here in the z-axis, z-axis. We can do this, for example, here, and then we can go to draw mode again, and then we can come here another. We can repeat this. Well, really, we're working here with this one. We can duplicate, then Shift D, excuse me, I'm speaking in Spanish, and then we have this one, this, no, something happened here, let me see, let's erase this. We want to duplicate this one, Shift there, then we close and open, if you see here, we define only 17, we can play the animation. Then it's powerful, this system. We can combine the timeline, the keyframes, and we can combine it with well organized layers right here, and then we can do this animation. We can do animation of the mouth, everything else, the arms, the feet, legs, everything, and the hair too. Everything we can animate. Then that's all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.